ng magandang performance ng last season ko kasi nga injured ako nun. So, ayun, very happy and grateful kasi nga ako yung na-first pick nila.
Iba kasi yung culture ng from college to pros. So, gusto ko din po talaga matuto sa mga ates sa team, ma-experience yung, madala din po yung team sa better place sa PVL.
Ang gusto kong mang-improve ay siguro yung pagiging disiplina sa sarili. Kasi since wala na kami sa college, nasa sariling kanya-kanyang buhay na kami, ayun, pagiging disiplina talaga.
Siyempre, different culture from college. So like, more of volleyball na po yung life namin ngayon. And siyempre po yung palaban. And may ibubuga naman lagi.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Playtime Phil Oil Center. This is match number 27 in the PVL Reinforced Conference 2025. This is a preliminary round of matchup in Pool B featuring the Creamline Cool Smashers and the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers. And now let's meet our officials for this match. Our first referee, Patrick Castillo, National Referee. The second referee is Ryan Vincent Corpus, National Referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Center from the Far Eastern University, number 1, Kyle Negrito. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benilde, number 3, Mitch Gummit. Middle blocker also from CSB, number 6, Pangs Panaga. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, number 7, Michelle Gumabao. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 18, Tots Carlos. Outside spiker from the USA, number 22, Coco Schwan. Starting libero from FEU, number 11, Kyla Atienza. And the head coach for Creamline is CHERY Menezes. And now the starters for the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 2, team captain, Abby Maranyo. Outside spiker from the National University, number 1, Cis Robles. Opposite hitter from La Salle, number 10, Ara Kalang. Center from the University of Santo Tomas, number 11, Alina Bicar. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 22, Pauline Gaston. Outside spiker from Kazakhstan, number 25, Eunice Batista. Starting libero from NU, number 9, Jennifer Nerva. And the head coach for CHERY Tiggo is Norman Miguel. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Creamline versus CHERY Tiggo. This is the PVL.
A tweak in the starting lineup for Coach CHERY Menezes for the first time in the Reinforced Conference. Eliza Valdez will be coming off the bench, and Michelle Gumabao will be in the starting lineup, coming off a 10-point performance. One of 5 players in double digits, including Tots Carlos, Schwan, Panaga, and Valdez. In the meantime, same starting lineup for your Tiggo EV Crossovers. Galang coming off an 11-point performance. Pongay Gaston or Pauline Gaston 10, and then Uni Batista with 20.
Big numbers from the reinforcement of the EV crossover. Well, itong CHERY Tiggo, usually middles yung pinapaikot ni Coach Norman. Right now, it's gonna be Abby Maraño and Pauline Gaston. And as for the Cool Smashers, we've seen this version of their rotation in the past. Tots Carlos will be playing as an outside hitter. Michelle Gomaba will play opposite.
And the Cool Smashers kick it off with a block by Panaga, who came off a 3-block performance against the Thunderbells. That's one way to shut down your opponent's reinforcement.
That wall will be built against Uni Batista, that's for sure. That is the game plan of the Cool Smashers. They know that she is the main source of points.
CHERY Meneses, 43 years old, from Adamson. Alina Bicar, second, make that third straight start for her. Coming off a 19 excellent set performance in their very first win of the Reinforced Conference. Batista got it.
Quick recovery there from Uni Batista after getting blocked the first time. She just hit it off the hands of the blockers the second time to get that point for the EV crossovers.
First attack point for the Tiggo EV Crossovers. Negrito to Schwan.
Too much angle from Schwan. There wasn't a lot of spin in that ball. It was just too flat.
And Schwan, another reason why blocking has been so good for the Cool Smashers. They are the number 3 blocking team so far in the Reinforced Conference because Schwan is the number 5 blocker of the tournament. Nice dig coming from Nierva to keep it alive. Battle at the net. Now one popped up by Bicar. Galang, off-speed hit. 2 players going down for it for the Cool Smashers. Schwan misses again. Back-to-back miss hits.
Early 3-point lead for the EV crossovers. Current record is 1-3. They need to get more. Only the top 8 teams after the second preliminary round will enter the succeeding round of the Reinforced Conference.
Well, there's no way right now the Tiggo EV Crossovers are going to make it to the top 3 after round 1. They'll finish at the bottom 3, but they're still going to make it to the next round, that's for sure. That's on the line for Batista.
Now a 4-point lead for CHERY Tiggo. And aside from that, top 3 teams yung makakaharap nila sa second round. So it's not going to be easy for them.
Early timeout here for the Cool Smashers. We'll listen in.
Kailangan. Pwes attack ulit tayo. Sige, iwanan mo si Coco doon. Paputangin mo si ano dito. Ha? Ano ba siya? Punks. Mag-A-quick ka lang kasi lamang tayo dyan eh. Ha? A-quick ka. Triangle lang muna. Triangle lang. Okay? Go, get 1 point.
Let's shake it up. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. All in. Creamline.
Well, the Cool Smashers, Neil, aren't in a really good position themselves. They are right now 4th. Also at the bottom half of Pool B, and they're in a must-win situation to try and finish because this is their last game in round number 1. So they've got to get a win here to at least maybe get themselves in a position at number 3.
That's correct. They're in the middle of the standings in Pool B, and I'm sure they're not used to this feeling. Sanay sila na nasa top 2 at the very least.
Atienza, who missed the last 2 games for the Cool Smashers. Batista tries again, and this time will get the side out.
That's the perfect set. That fast C set to the left pin. got that delay on Pangs Panagan. You also have to give credit to Abby Moraño by getting the commitment of Pangs Panaga.
All of the 3 attack points of the Tiggo EV crossovers coming from Batista. Vicar with a touch. Now Nierva will set it up for Galang, looking for her first points today. Carlos, cross court, misses.
We're seeing a lot of unforced errors on the attacking department dito sa Creamline. That's 3 or 4 missed opportunities.
Well, the Cool Smashers, they're one of their trademarks throughout the history of the team are errors. I mean, they're one of the more error-prone teams. In fact, in that loss against the Thunderbells, they had 25 errors out of 4 sets. So basically, they lost 1 set out of errors. And another one. So Carlos with an error, a couple from Schwan. There's a service fault from Panaga, and it's an 8-4 lead for the Tiggo EV Crossovers set number 1.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
You're watching the PVL Reinforced Conference live here in San Juan City. The Creamline Cool Smashers versus the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers. Eric and Neil, I had the chance to catch up earlier today with team captain of the Creamline Cool Smashers, Eliza Valdez, and she admitted that their team has been challenged by all the teams in their pool since the conference began. Consistency is now the name of the game for the Cool Smashers, whose focus is on all the little things: polished movements, better communication, perfecting their plays, most especially during tight sets and close matches, and maybe lessening those errors, as you mentioned earlier, Neil. As team captain and veteran, Eliza knows the strength they bring into tonight's game is their lead bench and breadth of experience, taking lessons from their losses, transforming it into strength and motivation. Now, this confidence and composure is not something you gain just overnight. It comes from a hard-earned legacy of grit, heart, and hustle. Let's see how the Cool Smashers give it their all on the court today. Eric and Neil.
All right, thanks very much for that report. Jules, out of the 8 points of the Tiggo EV Crossovers, 8 are from errors of the Cool Smashers, and the 3 are attack points of Batista.
And that's why Creamline has to be aware of those unforced errors sa simula pa lang. Because yes, they can be error prone, pero kadalasan nababawi nila through the numbers in attacking and their blocking.
Well, they've scored 2 in a row here. There's Gamit, the second of 2 straight points scored by the Cool Smashers. Vicar finds Gaston for the side out. So first player not named Batista scoring for the Tiggo EV Crossovers.
First quick attack for the EV Crossovers. That will definitely help the numbers of Uni Batista.
Galang, 11.6 digs versus the High Risers. A nice hit from Tots Carlos.
She's so comfortable in any position. You can put her in the left. She also plays really well as an opposite hitter. But magta-transition ngayon si Tots to a position na kailangan pumasa 90% of the time. She has to focus on reception. Kasi pag opposite, they don't have that much of a responsibility to pass. They just need to focus on scoring. Now, she's starting to heat up. She just got a service ace. That will force CHERY Tiggo to call for time.
Sige na, pasa lang muna
keep moving, push forward.
Pass lang muna, pasa.
Cherry, ano? Keep pushing.
Well, the Tiggo EV Crossovers on the sharp end of this 4-1 run by the Cool Smashers. Now they have a chance to get the second deadlock of the opening set. Schwan with 1 point. Gaston also scoring 1. Carlos, in the meantime, has a couple of points. That's Carlos, 4-time best opposite and 1-time best outside hitter, and another ace for Tots Carlos.
That lead is gone for the EV Crossovers. 3 straight points for Tots Carlos. Creamline wants to maximize this specific rotation. Yes, they're in their 2-hitter formation, but Courtney Schwan is there. Uni Batista is still in the back row. But when you have a Pauline Gaston that can also score via those quick attacks, mapapaikot din nila agad yung reinforcement nila.
Back-to-back points for Pauline Gaston. Scored 10 points, including 2 blocks against the High Risers. The Tiggo EV Crossovers, not the best in terms of service and receiving. They're actually dead last. 12 out of the 12 teams in serving and receiving. Here's Schwan with the attack. Batista looking to answer. Carlos pops it up. Negrito back to Schwan. Got it.
Both teams are displaying excellent floor defense. They're getting their fair share of block touches, touches in the back row.
Second point for Schwan. Mitch Gamit. Also great performance blocking-wise in the last game of the Cool Smashers. Had 3 monster blocks. Schwan with looking for back-to-back points. Nierva chasing it down. An easy over from Batista. Schwan again. Robles with coverage in the back row. Uni Batista cross court. The dig goes over. Chance ball here for the Tiggo EV Crossovers. Batista again off the block and outside.
So much power for the double block of the Cool Smashers. Both reinforcements just getting a lot of touches in this first frame. Nagsasagutan lang din si Batista and si Schwan.
They are 2 of the most internationally experienced reinforcements. Seeing action in places like Turkey, Kazakhstan, Israel, Poland. There's an ace by Gaston, who has 3 points.
2-point lead is restored by that Gaston ace.
Just like that, the Tiggo EV Crossovers back up by 2. Looking for their second straight win. Meantime, Cool Smashers, their loss snapped a 2-game winning streak. Schwan, what a dig for Gaston. Vicar to Batista. Good pass there. A little 1-2 magic doesn't work for the Cool Smashers. Chance ball here. Carlos Negrito running attack. And the save by Vicar is no good.
Uni Batista actually got a touch on that slide attack from Tangs Panaga. Wasn't able to redirect the ball properly pabalik sa court ng Creamline.
So Panaga with her 3rd point. First game for Panaga in double digits. That loss against the Thunderbell, she had 11 points, including 3 blocks. 3 of 9 blocks by the team. Left-handed shot coming from Batista. The reverse set, Gumabaw with a hit. Nierva to Batista against 2 blockers. No problem.
It was already obvious that the ball was going to be set to Uni Batista. Kaya ang ganda ng ginawa ni Jen Nierva. She just put the proper height in that pop set para mabigyan niya ng allowance of time and space si Uni Batista to think of her next move.
And the coverage going away from the second touch.
We're just exchanging points here in the first half of the first set.
But right now, Tiggo EV Crossovers are with the lead, so no problem exchanging sideouts here. They're still up by 1. Not a good pass from Robles. Batista. Schwan with a dig. Negrito out to Carlos. Rejected. Kyla Atienza with coverage. Carlos tries again. Nierva this time picks it up. Batista, hard working today, rolls it over. Carlos picks it up from the pipe. Schwan, that dig going over, and that's put away by Carlos.
Another deadlock, this time at 13. Nierva was actually there for the dig.
Yep. Break point there.
Had the heads-up play there.
So 2 in a row scored here by the Cool Smashers. Make that 3 in a row. Ace from Coach Schwan.
That is the third ace of Creamline as a team. Creamline is confident in their blocking system. That's why they're trying their best to put pressure on the receivers of CHERY Tiggo.
Reception has been an issue here for the Tiggo EV Crossovers. Looking for their first 2-point lead today. Not there yet. Now a chance to tie. Batista going up. And that big going over. Bicar. This time to Galang. Cross court. Rejected. Bicar all the way out to Batista again. Schwan keeping it alive. Atienza one-handed pass. Carlos with an easy over. Another opportunity to put it away. Combination play. Batista got it. Game is tied at 14.
Really, Batista is getting a lot of attempts. He's working hard. Already has 6 points in his first set.
A 32-year-old Uni Batista out of Cuba, former national team player of Cuba. Good pass coming from Carlos. Combination play there. Bicar pops it up, so it's going to be an off-system play. Galang against 2 blockers. Looking for a check. Did she get it? Yes, she did, according to Patrick Castillo, our first referee. First point for Ara Galang, and a 1-point lead again for the Tiggo EV Crossovers.
This is the kind of volleyball we want to see between these two teams.
Reverse set, Lumabao, the push. Bicar goes to Robles, who is rejected. This time from the pipe, Batista knocks it in. Batista is on a roll. 7 points already and a 2-point lead again for the Tiggo EV Crossovers here in the first set.
Bitin ba kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Take a look at some of the members of the roster of the Cool Smashers, De Leon, Morado de Guzman, and everybody else. Such a deep lineup for Coach Sherwin Meneses. I mean, some of these players can be starters for other teams.
There are a lot of stars.
Yeah.
Bench. Look at the numbers of Pauline Gaston. 10 points against Gallery's Tower with 2 blocks.
And so far today, Gaston with 3 points. Good dig from Schwan. Lumabao. Nierva picks it up. Bicar. Again, another pipe attack. Schwan keeping it alive. Galang. And now an easy over for the Tiggo EV Crossovers. Panaga on the run. Nierva again playing excellent defense today. Galang. Yes.
Now a 3-point lead for the EV Crossovers. Great work from Nierva. She's also getting a lot of support from that first line of defense. Basta mahawakan ng blockers ng CHERY Tiggo, yung atake ng Creamline, it's easier for Nierva to push that ball to the target zone. Unfortunate error there from Uni Batista. 3-point for Creamline.
Second service fault for Batista. Biggest lead for Tiggo EV Crossovers with 4 points. Meanwhile, the Cool Smashers led only by 1 early. And just a few minutes ago. Robles. Schwan has been playing great defense, but this one, third touch, comes up short. First point for Ces Robles. A look of concern on the face of Coach Meneses. Trying to avoid back-to-back losses for the first time in the reinforced conference. Schwan overpasses, but she got lucky.
That was already a chance for CHERY Tiggo to run their transition play, but nobody got that ball.
Valdez checking in. Hence the loud cheer. Cool Smashers down by 2. Villarete also checking in for the first time. Atienza. Here's Rhea Di Maculangan Villarete to Valdez. Valdez! Instant impact.
First attempt, first point for Eliza Valdez. This is a different version of a double substitution. Usually sa mga double sub, it's always setter plus an opposite hitter. But now, it's setter plus an outside hitter.
Full front line for Rhea Villarete. Nierva will play setter. Goes to Robles. Going cross court. Atienza. That dig going over. Plenty of opportunities that the Tiggo EV Crossovers can't capitalize on. Meantime, Valdez sends it outside.
Too much angle on that hit from Eliza Valdez.
Back to a 2-point lead for Aragalang and the Tiggo EV Crossovers. 30-year-old Aragalang, a 3-time UAAP champion, former Rookie of the Year as well back in season 74, which seems like a long, long time ago. That dig going over. Chance ball here. Nice block. But coverage by the Cool Smashers. They keep the rally going. Galang will go to Robles. Schwan with coverage in the back row. Valdez again. Batista popping it up. Reinforcements really playing good defense. Meantime, Robles punches that one through.
We all know that Ces Robles is a power hitter. As long as you put that ball up, he will definitely try to break the block.
Timeout here for the Cool Smashers.
Play 2 tayo. Play 2. Basic pa lang si Mitch. Setter yun nandun, setter. Go, malay pa yan. 1 point, play 2 tayo. 1 point, play 2. Let's go.
Hey, let's go! All in, Creamline!
That's the last timeout for the Cool Smashers. They're down by 4 again, which matches the biggest deficit against Creamline. Ces Robles coming up big in the last 2 points. Belong to her. Norman Miguel taking over for the Tiggo EV Crossovers in his first year as head coach. Nierva again popping it up. Robles rejected. And that save is no good.
It's going to be a point for the Cool Smashers.
At tibay defensive play of the set brought to you by Elastoseal. Selyado ang bubong anumang panahon. So good side out after the timeout for the Cool Smashers. Carlos got 2 aces early. Running attack. Gaston got it.
What a slide from Pauline Gaston.
So quick side out as well for the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers. Schwan looking for a side out. No runs for the Cool Smashers. The dump is good down the line. Excellent shot.
This rotation as well, you can see Coco Schwan on the right side. At any point in time, pwede magpalit-palit ng position si Alaysa, si Coco, and si Tots.
Miss Morente checking in for the first time since she played against the Angels. She missed the last 2 games for the Cool Smashers. Gaston again, back-to-back points.
That's just high efficiency attacking from Pauline Gaston. I think all of the sets given to her, na-convert niya into a point. So that's good news for the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers.
4 attacks, 1 ace for Gaston. She's got 5 already. Schwan. Dump is good.
That is such an easy shot for Coco Schwan. She's definitely taller than the blockers of the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers. Kaya yung power tip na yun, ang taas-taas ng clearance, ibabaw na ibabaw sa kamay ni Alina Vicar and Abby Maraño.
Coco Schwan stands 6'2", clearly the tallest player on the court, including Uni Batista, who's only 6'1". Batista with a pass, Vicar back to Batista. That one popped up by Kyla Atienza. Schwan pushes, the set was slow already on the way down. Vicar back to Batista. A drop shot, Schwan. Here comes Gumabao, cross court. Robles pops it up. Galang to Batista. That's Negrito popping it up. Atienza to Schwan. Longest rally of the opening set. Batista looking to put a finish to it. Not just yet, says Kyla Atienza. Gumabao off the block. Batista popping it up. Maraño sets it. And an overhead pass going outside. Vicar throwing the point away. And this time, Coach Norman Miguel uses his final timeout. We'll listen in.
The CHERY EV Crossovers still have a 2-point lead.
Yeah. They led by as many as 4. Meantime, Tots Carlos and the Cool Smashers led by 1 twice in this opening set. Highly contested matchup between 2 veteran, experienced, and talented teams. Kyle Negrito with a serve. Good pass by Robles. That one just outside for Abby Maraño. They will challenge this.
There's a challenge on the floor from the CHERY EV Crossovers. It's a block touch challenge. Not a ball in, ball out challenge.
1-3 in the standings. They just snapped their 3-game losing streak with that win against the High Risers. And no matter the record, they will still move into the next round, round number 2. But it's a knockout round, so they've got to win against teams with much higher win-loss records, much better win-loss records.
They will be going up against the top 3 teams in Pool A so far. That's PLDT, Farm Fresh, and Choco Mucho. But it's not yet final. We still have a couple of games to go.
Right.
But either way, it's going to be a difficult task to beat these teams. There was no block touch. Lead is down to 1 for the CHERY EV Crossovers.
Now serving to tie it. Negrito. 14 excellent sets, including 1 point in that loss against the Thunderbells. Batista for the lead. And a set point, not there yet. Atienza has been defending very well. And there's Schwan scoring her 6th point, and the game is tied at 23.
Yung buong defensive system ng Creamline nakafocus na kay Uni Batista. So you have to support her. But at least delivering a good pass to Alina Vicar. only have 2 hitters in the front line. You have Abby Maraño and Uni Batista, and most of the balls have been sent to the left pin.
Batista. Oh, Atienza, this one getting away and will not come back. Batista with her 8th point puts CHERY EV Crossovers at set point.
She wants to win the set, that's for sure. She's very competitive.
Yeah.
You can see it in her eyes.
Last time I saw her smile was during warm-ups. Bad pass. Off-system play for the Cool Smashers. There's a dig by Robles. Batista looking for the win. Got it! Back-to-back points for Uni Batista in the first set. Belongs to CHERY EV Crossovers.
It boiled down to the passing of the Cool Smashers. It was a broken play for them. That's why the CHERY EV Crossovers got a chance to put that ball away.
That point brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Virus Vitamin-powered whitening lotion. And the CHERY EV Crossovers powered by Batista. 9 points in this 2-point win in the first set against the Cool Smashers. A slim 2-point margin for CHERY EV Crossovers in that first set win against the Creamline Cool Smashers, Neil.
In set number 1, we saw the defense of the CHERY EV Crossovers. Jen Nierva took charge of reception and digging. Uni Batista took charge of the offense. They also got good numbers from Pauline Gaston. And in the tail end of set number 1, pinush sila ng Creamline. But they just really relied on their foreign guest player to get that first set. The defense was already ready. Ready lagi yung defense ng Creamline against Uni Batista. But again, iba pa din pag execution niya. There's just so much power in those hits of Uni Batista, and Creamline got frustrated in the last few points. This is a surprising stat line in the attacking department. The CHERY EV Crossovers got 17 attacks. Creamline only got 13. And usually, in the PVL, they're always up there in the attacking department. They still got 2 blocks and 3 aces. So nabawi naman kahit pa paano yung unforced errors na ibinigay nila sa CHERY EV Crossovers. It took us 31 minutes to wrap up the first set.
At least 5 players scoring for the Cool Smashers. So sets are evenly distributed. Meantime, only 4 players scoring for CHERY EV Crossovers, and bulk, the chunk of the offense, like what you mentioned, coming from Uni Batista. Tots Carlos, 4 points. Panaga also 4 points, and then 2 and 2. Valdez coming off the bench and Gamit as part of the starting lineup.
It looks like Tots Carlos is still adjusting to being an outside hitter. Kasi pag matagal kang hindi kumukuha ng first ball, hindi siya ganun kadaling makukuha. Actually, I don't know if other volleyball players would agree with me. Reception is the hardest skill to master. You need years and years of training, repetition to get the feel of that ball.
Yeah.
And yung first set, medyo up and down yung naging reception ni Tots. Hopefully this time around, mas makakapanya na yung bola on that first pass.
A good start here for the Cool Smashers. Schwan with the first point. For the Cool Smashers, Neil, what's going to be the trick here to be much better, cut down on the errors, be more aggressive in attacks as well?
I think they just need to continue serving hard because they had that advantage in set number 1. The numbers showed that already. So if they can continue to deliver hard serves to push CHERY Tiggo out of system, they will have an easier time getting more block touches. Nahawakan naman nila yung atake ni Uni Batista, and Kyle Atienza has been playing really well also in the back row. But again, sa dami ng attempts ni Uni Batista, kailangan mas tumibay pa yung defense system ng Creamline.
Back row attack for Carlos. And coverage extremely good for the CHERY EV Crossovers, but back-to-back points for Schwan to start set number 2.
The double block just couldn't handle the power in that Schwan hit.
So 8 points now for Coco Schwan. Meanwhile, for Norman Miguel and the CHERY EV Crossovers, anything you see that they could do better here in set number 2?
I'm just looking for the numbers of Aragalang actually.
Okay.
Because she can also score.
Only 3 points for Galang. 2 in the first set and 1 so far, very early here in set number 2. And Schwan this time from the back row again. That's 9 points now for Schwan.
It's the same output from the reinforcement of the CHERY EV Crossovers.
But right now, all of the 3 points of the Cool Smashers coming from Coco Schwan. Let's go courtside. What's up, Jules?
Eric and Neil, it seems that the CHERY EV Crossovers have found the fuel that is really regaining their comeback. Libero Jen Yerva shared with me that they were polishing their defense pattern and trying new strategies in preparation for today's game. You know, right after securing their first win last Thursday, they immediately went to training and have a heavy practice session. Eric and Neil, one character trait that sets these crossovers apart is their resilience and grit, the trait of never giving up. And as Jen Yerva shared with me, they've mastered the art of showing up and giving their all despite the circumstance or opponent. Like their team name, the EV Crossovers are bridging the gap between potential and performance. Let's see how they do in this set. Eric and Neil, let's turn it over to this timeout.
Okay. Kalimutan natin na yun. Next point na ulit. Tara, move on. Let's go, CHERY. Just get here. That's fine.
Well, right now, the CHERY EV Crossovers stuck on neutral. Only 1 point. Here in second set, the point scored by Galang. Meantime, Schwan has 11 already, scoring 3 attack points and a couple aces. Picar to Batista. Carlos rejected, but it goes outside. The run continues. Biggest lead for the Cool Smashers.
Strong start from Creamline. They can't afford to have another slow start. Gaya nung set number 1.
Carlos now with 5. Short serve. Much better pass. Galang. Schwan picks it up. Negrito out to Carlos. Blocked, but it stays in. Coverage is there for the Cool Smashers, and everything they're hitting just finds the floor.
Defense nowhere to be found on the side of the CHERY EV Crossovers.
Even after the timeout, the run continues here. One break point after another for the Cool Smashers. The lead is now 6 points. Batista. Atienza has been defending so well from that spot. Schwan picked up by Bicar. Nierva, the reverse set. Batista, the drop. Easy pickup for Negrito. Atienza to Gumabao. Off the block and outside. Outstanding start here for the Cool Smashers. They take us to the first technical timeout, sitting on a 7-point lead. Set number 2.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Well, if Creamline had a cold start in the first set, they are cooking now in set number 2. This is the biggest lead for either team. 7 points, 8-1, set number 2. Batista looking for the side out is finally there.
He's being challenged by the defense of Atienza. She found the line.
And that's the challenge right now for Batista. Try and get around Atienza or then Lazaro Revilla. Panaga. Batista goes up and scores again. Back-to-back for Batista. She's got 11.
Batista is also trying to be creative with her hits. It's not all power. She knows that Creamline is forcing her to hit cross para dumiretso kay Kyle Atienza.
Negrito. A little combination play there as unfortunately a net touch called by Ryan Corpus against, I think it was Galang. Will not challenge this. Didn't see much there. So that stops the mini 2-point run of CHERY EV Crossovers. Still down by 6. Galang can't make up for the mistake. Gumabao says mine. Carlos with a hit. Bicar underhand pass. Batista scored 2 in a row and made that 3 in a row.
She's trying different levels of power at this point. Trying to go long past the double block of Creamline.
Aragalang with 3 points. That serve is going to be outside. Tough break here for the CHERY EV Crossovers. They can't really catch a good run as you look at the leading scorers. Not a surprise, both reinforcements.
12 points for Batista, 11 points for Coco Xuan.
Gumabao serving for the Cool Smashers. Robles with a much better pass. And again, Gaston, you mentioned how high her efficiency is. She continues to be on point.
She's the second best option at this point for the CHERY EV Crossovers. Of course, first option will always be Uni Batista. But yung 6 points ni Pauline Gaston, napakalaking tulong na.
Carlos rejected. Xuan is everywhere. I mean, digging, covering. Batista pops it up. Nierva with an easy over. Negrito goes out to Carlos. Carlos, big swing. Galang this time to Robles. Robles a big hitter as well. And there it is. Robles with point number 3.
If the reinforcements will churn out similar numbers, it will boil down to the support given by the locals.
Now a timeout by the Cool Smashers. Their 7-point lead is down to 4. We'll listen in.
Si Coco naman nandito yung Coco. Okay, ma-block. Pag kailangan eh. Mecha, dadamihan yun sa'yo. Dadamihan. Paano? Go, 1 point ulit. 1 point.
Hey, all in, Creamline!
Well, the Cool Smashers, at least in set number 2, after only 13 attacks in the first set, here in the second set, they're showing why they're the number 2 spiking team in the conference. There's then Lazaro Revilla. Battle at the net. And Gamit sends that one away.
She wanted to be aggressive, but there are times that you have to utilize the 3 touches given to you. You have strong attackers in the front row.
This is the closest the CHERY EV Crossovers have been since trailing by 7. Carlos, cut shot, picked up by Robles. Nierva doing a pretty good job keeping it alive on the second touch. Carlos, second straight try, rejected. Gumabao back to Carlos, third straight try with a left hand. Gaston from the pipe, Batista. And now Xuan answers. Rolls it over and scores.
one of her go-to hits in this game. Just fooling all the defenders.
Catching the entire 6 on the floor for Cherry by surprise. So good side out for the Cool Smashers to sit on a 4-point lead. But right now, this isn't safe with the way the Cherry EV Crossovers have been making a run. This one, almost an overpass. Gaston, good job defending at the net. Schwan, there's a dig by Nierva. Batista from the pipe, popped up by Gumabaw. And Carlos looking to answer. Another drop shot, pancake save. Nierva, Robles. Yes! What an exchange here.
NU connection right there. The defense of Jen Nierva. The offense of Ces Robles. Beautiful pancake save there. In transition to that shot from Ces. That's her version of a Coco Schwan hit.
4 points for Robles. 2 in the first, 2 here in the second. Schwan. Got it.
She can also go for power. Never know what to expect from Coco Schwan when she's up in the air.
Showing all levels of power right now in the first 1.5 sets. Coco Schwan now with 13. Gamit serving. Robles will get it back. Blocked. Batista with coverage. Robles again blocked. Nierva to the pipe. Here comes Batista. Got it.
Point number 13 for Batista.
Now both reinforcements with 13 each. Not going to be outdone. Underhand pass. Here's Schwan looking to answer. Nierva pops it up. Bicar to Batista. Schwan with a dig. Carlos. That one sailing outside. Wait a minute. Patrick Castillo, first referee says there's a block touch.
Block touch was called on Abby Maraño.
6 points now for Tots Carlos.
Can I just say, ang sakit sa ulo ni Jen Nierva and Kyle Atienza for the reinforcements of the other team.
They're going to have to do extra hits just to score against these top-notch defenders. Meantime, that one into the net for Robles.
Still a good lead for the Cool Smashers at 5. Set number 1, the biggest lead was at 3, if I'm not mistaken. Now it's at 5.
Good pass by Batista. Galang, that ball was behind her, but able to get it over and in. Schwan, cross-court block. It goes outside. Schwan with 14.
Nobody wants to give an inch. That was from Coach Norman Miguel to field in Mylene Paat.
Back to a 6-point lead. The biggest was 7 for the Cool Smashers here in set number 2. Paat coming off a 3-point performance. She always comes off the bench here in the reinforced conference. Robles, cross-court. Atienza with a beautiful dig. Schwan with a left. Batista. There's a net touch by Schwan.
Bonus point for the CHERY EV Crossovers. I think this is a good move for Coach Norman Miguel. I mean, you have a Mylene Paat, a natural opposite hitter. So at some point, you have to use her kasi sa mga double substitutions, nakakuha sila ng instant production also from Paat.
There's a solid block by Maraño. 2 straight points for the CHERY EV Crossovers. That's the first point for Maraño. By the way, a tibay defensive play of the set brought to you by Elastoseal. Selyado ang bubong. Ano bang panahon? And a full front line for the CHERY EV Crossovers. Maraño, Batista, and Paat. But again, Schwan.
How many times has she done that?
Second technical timeout, a 5-point lead. Cool Smashers against the CHERY EV Crossovers, set number 2.
player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Cool Smashers leading by 5, the closest that the CHERY EV Crossovers got after trailing by 7 was 4 points. And Courtney Schwan, what an excellent set number 2. After scoring only 6 in the first set, she scored in 9 here in set number 2. And Ayla Jenza unable to save that one, so Pat with her first point of the match.
As a southpaw, mas mahirap din bantayan si Miley Paat. Again, that's a good decision. Coach Norman Miguel.
4-point game. Maraño with a great serve. Combination play. Carlos drills it in.
What a hit from Tots Carlos. And that was against a 3-woman block from the CHERY EV Crossovers. Nahuli lang si Uni Batista to close that one out.
And now Coach Norman Miguel will use his last timeout. We'll listen in.
Tara, aware tayo sa nangyayari sa loob. Naintindihan. Sang. Napupunta na ang mga serve natin sa libero. Kanina okay tayo. Listen, kanina okay tayo. Ngayon napupunta na sa libero mga serve na mag-execute sila ng play.
Okay, let's go, let's go.
Tayo tayo, sabi na. We go.
Let's just all take sa team, sorry. Lima.
Well, back down by 5 again. Batista and the CHERY EV Crossovers trying to find a good run before it's too late here in set number 2. They're up 1-0 after winning by 2 in the first. Pangs Panaga with 5 points, 1 point scored here in set number 2, and that service fault. Lucky break for the CHERY EV Crossovers.
It's catch-up time for the CHERY EV Crossovers. Sakto yung rotation nila. Uni Batista is now in the front line alongside Pauline Gaston.
Combination play again. Carlos Robles with coverage in the back row. Here comes Batista. Got it.
Wow. That was a wicked sharp cross-court skill from Uni Batista.
14 points for Uniesta. Batista.
Just out of reach of the defenders.
Gumabaw off the block and outside.
It's only the second point for Michelle Gumabaw. That's been a quiet game for her.
Yep. These side outs of the Cool Smashers just preventing CHERY from making necessary runs to get back into set number 2. Bicar, the reverse. Gaston is rejected by Carlos. Batista against 2 blockers. No problem.
Point number 15 for Uni Batista.
This is now the closest the EV Crossovers or CHERY EV Crossovers have been since trailing by 7. They're within 3. Block there. Make that a 2-point game. Robles with her 5th point.
Set number 1, Creamline played catch-up. This time it's CHERY Tiggo.
But so far we haven't had deadlocks yet here in the second set. Short pass. Carlos. Batista, great defense. Robles. That one popped up by Gumabaw. This is going to be an off-system play. Really tight at the net. Easy pickup for Gaston. Gaston on the run. Gaston with a dump. Popped up. And sent over by Schwan. Another chance ball. Another shot. This one defended well again by the Cool Smashers. Carlos now with a hit. Yerba with great defense. Robles looking for the side out. Not there yet. Batista from the pipe. Got it. The run continues. It's a one-point game.
Uni Batista is on a mission for the CHERY EV Crossovers. Ricard just knows when to give that ball to the reinforcement. Habang tumatagal ng tumatagal, kailangan na nila makapuntos agad. She will just put that ball up.
Timeout here for the Cool Smashers.
Dito muna siya, dito muna siya. Magsasab tayo, Rhea, Lori. Magsasab tayo, gitna na kayo, di ba? Si Lori muna mag-i, si Tots dito. Loran. Eh, tsaga lang tayo, bumabalik naman yung bola sa atin eh. Let's go, 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 go.
Well, no timeouts remaining for both teams now. That 7-point lead nearly erased. Cool Smashers clinging on to a 1-point cushion. Momentum has swung to the CHERY EV Crossovers here late in the second set. Tots Carlos with 7 points. Second leading scorer. Meantime, Batista with 16 points, topping all scorers for both teams. This is a big point. Meantime, an adjustment here for Coach Meneses. Rhea Di Maculangan Villarete back in the game for the Cool Smashers. Carlos from the middle. Now a chance to tie it. Batista again from the back row. Oh, good save by the Cool Smashers. Another chance ball for the white shirts. Robles. And Coco Schwan. Can't say enough about her defense in the back row. This one outside though. And game.
There was a net fault called on Cesc Robles. So that point will go to Creamline.
All right. No deadlock yet. Back to a 2-point cushion here. Yeah, Robles admitted it's on her arm.
Also happened in front of the first referee. Walang takas, says Robles.
Batista with the push. Villarete pops it up. Atienza back to Schwan. Schwan moving so well on the court. Taat with a touch. 2 in a row. Scored by the Cool Smashers.
Creamline is just trying to re-establish some distance. Scoreboard.
Good answer after that timeout by Coach Meneses. Back to a more comfortable 3-point lead for the Cool Smashers. Carlos with a nice serve. Robles through the double block for the side out.
Which Gamit was delayed for that double block. That allowed Cesc Robles to attack the seam.
Robles with 6 points. Soreño checking in for the first time. He didn't play against the high risers. So far, only 1 point scored this reinforced conference. That was against the Chargers. And then Lazaro Revilla with a good pass. And that one not coming back. Gamit with her first point in set number 2. She's got 3.
More substitutions for Coach Sherwin Meneses. Rose Vargas will replace Mitch Gamit on the service line.
Vargas has played all 4 games so far this season for the Cool Smashers, coming off a 2-point performance off the bench against the Thunderbells. Robles sends it outside.
Might be a challenge from the CHERY EV Crossovers. Ball in, ball out challenge from the white shirts.
Maybe just a chance to talk it over. That one looked wide, and they have no more timeouts remaining. So we'll give it a look. Right now, the CHERY EV Crossovers in a spot of trouble. After getting within 1, they now trail by 4 again.
That is outside. It will be unsuccessful for the CHERY EV crossover. Lead is back to 4.
They have 1 challenge remaining. No more timeouts. Vargas out of FEU in college. Good pass by Mylene Paat. Maraño got it. They needed that point. Second one for Maraño.
Ito yung maganda sa middle blocker rotation ni Coach Norman Miguel. Abby Maraño and Pauline Gaston, both of them are very comfortable in hitting those short slides. But unfortunately, they give away another point to the Cool Smashers by that service error.
A lot of problems right now for the CHERY EV Crossovers after winning the first set. They're not in a position to try and go up 2-0, although all hope is not lost. But a really solid rotation right now for the Cool Smashers with Biglito serving. Got Xuan, Panaga, and Gumabaw in front. Vicar finds Paat, block, but it goes outside, so Paat with a side out.
Second point for Mylene Paat. We might see her in the starting unit. Pagpunta natin sa set number 3. It's not yet over for the CHERY EV Crossovers. This is their strongest front line. Paat, Maraño, and Batista.
And then Robles can't hit the occasional back row shot. Oh, Xuan. What a second set for Xuan. 11 points in set number 2, 6 in the first set.
Got a clear view of that zone, getting past the block of Uni Batista.
A double-digit set number 2 performance. And it's 4 set points for the Cool Smashers. Maraño to Batista. Now a chance to put it away. Panaga can't do it. Batista looking to save a set point. They get a chance ball. Paat. Yes, set point saved.
Great swing from Mylene Paat. Targeting the left hand of Tots Carlos.
Now Maraño serving, looking for her first ace, and an ace would be awesome right now for the CHERY EV Crossovers. This one an overpass, and Batista puts it away. 17 points for both reinforcements.
Okay. There's a challenge from Coach Sherwin Meneses. It's reaching beyond the net.
Might as well, take your challenges to the next set. This is his first challenge of the entire match. Cool Smashers so far not won a gold in 2025.
That looked good to me.
Yeah.
Unsuccessful challenge for Creamline. The CHERY EV Crossovers are within 2.
They were within 2 as well. Actually, sorry, they got to within 1, but no further. Gotta get the serve in. Put some service pressure, but get it in. There it is. They're targeting Xuan. Carlos for the win. No. Xuan chases it down. Gonna be an easy over. Easiest pickup for the CHERY EV Crossovers. Batista rejected. Paat keeping it alive now. A chance to put it away for the Cool Smashers. Here comes Carlos. No, the set was slow. Robles to Batista. And this one saved by Carlos. Another easy over for the Cool Smashers. Ooh. Batista. That one catches the line. Uni Batista saving another set point. He's got 18.
Dito mo makikita yung importance ng communication. There were moments in that rally na nagkakabanggaan yung defenders ng Cherry off the free balls given by Creamline. So they always have to claim their balls.
Over eagerness to keep it alive. Good pass. Gumabaw. Maranyo now a chance to tie. Bicar. Oh, rejection! Pangs Panaga, what a way to finish it off, stopping the run of the CHERY EV Crossovers with a monster block. This point brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Just when all hope looked lost, Panaga comes in to put it away. And we're tied at 1 set apiece.
TV Babat Barkada inside the Phil Oil Arena. Fans of the CHERY Tiggo Crossovers, wave to the camera. Now it's time for the Creamline Cool Smasher fans to make some noise. Hype up your team when you're featured on the big screen. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babat moments with your loved ones only on Devon.
Well, the fans expected nothing less than a 4-setter, and so did we. 1 set apiece. Both teams winning only by a 2-point margin, first and second set, Neil.
That's been an entertaining match, to say the least. 32 minutes in the second set. And identical scoring, but 25-23, this time in favor of the Creamline Cool Smashers. In set number 2, CHERY Tiggo actually had better numbers in the attacking department.
All right, take a look at the highlights. Neil was explaining some of the numbers. We'll get him back on the air in just a little bit. But both reinforcements really stepping up big time. 18 and 17 points, Batista and Schwan respectively. Still much better in terms of attacks. The CHERY EV Crossovers, they had more blocks in fact. And surprisingly, the Cool Smashers with a lot less errors. Yes, go ahead, Neil.
18 attacks for the CHERY EV Crossovers. This is what I said a while ago. At some point of the game, makakuha ng magandang block touch yung Creamline against the reinforcement of CHERY Tiggo. It just so happened na nangyari yun in the tail end of set number 2, and that helped them close that one out. But again in all the skill set departments. Hindi nalalayo. That's why we're seeing set scores na 25-23. And again, this is the quality that we want to see from both ends of the court. We've had a lot of long rallies. Defense has been working on both sides. Kaya at this point, hindi mo alam kung sino ang mananalo. Third set will definitely help one team gain more momentum. We call it the swing set. Leading scorers, of course, are the reinforcements of both teams. Schwan with 17, Batista with 18.
Meanwhile, Nika Celis
Here in
Steve
group line number 15, Nika
will be
Celis.
part of the starting lineup for the Cool Smashers.
Third set, first serve to Creamline, serving Kyle Negrito.
But the rest of the starting lineup is the same for the Cool Smashers. And like what you said, Neil, for the CHERY EV Crossovers, Mylene Paat part of the starting lineup here in set number 3. Batista. Popped up by Atienza. Negrito goes to Schwan. Got it.
Cross guard hit good, Coco Schwan.
18 points for Coco Schwan.
First point of the third to Creamline.
We might see both reinforcements in the 30-point mark at this rate.
Not going to be surprising.
And we've had a lot of 30-point performances from the foreign guest players and the other teams.
Schwan looking for back-to-back. This one a little low, but no problem. Back-to-back points for Coco Schwan. Just like set number 2, Cool Smashers off to a relatively good start here. And this is what the CHERY EV Crossover should avoid, getting blown out early. That's what happened in set number 2, which made it difficult for them to come back. Not a good pass. Well, we mentioned that the CHERY EV Crossovers number 12 in receiving. Dead last out of the 12 teams.
The 3-point blitz for the Cool Smashers. They've been serving well. I would say blocking is also there for Creamline. I just feel like kailangan nilang itaas yung efficiency ng attacking nila because in set number 1 and 2, mas naging efficient yung CHERY EV Crossovers. Set number 1, Creamline had a 23% conversion rate. CHERY Tiggo had 29%. Set number 2, 28 for Creamline, 32 for the CHERY EV Crossovers.
And there is the first attack point for the CHERY EV Crossovers. Batista with 19 off that left-handed drop shot.
Even the offhand is working for Batista.
Now to start a run. That's the goal here for the CHERY EV Crossovers. Gumabaw rejected. Coverage by Carlos. Schwan through the double block. Batista was there to cover. Oh, a chance ball for the Cool Smashers. Then Lazaro Revilla passes. Schwan attacks and almost got the point. Good save by Bicar. Cross-court hit. It's good for Mylene Paat.
Point number 4 already for Mylene Paat, surpassing the output of Aragalang. At this stage of the conference, palaliman din ng bench. When you have the depth, it will be easy for the coaches to find different options in certain positions.
Service fault number 2 for Alina Bicar. Stops the mini run of the CHERY EV Crossovers. Schwan, good serving day. 3 aces already. Almost got 4 there. Paat got it again. Back-to-back points for Mylene Paat.
Perfect pass also from Abby Maranyo.
1-point game again. Negrito to Gumabaw. Bounces it off the block. Nierva goes to Mylene Paat. She has the hot hand. This time turned away. Panaga picking up where she left off with her second straight. Well, that could be block number 3. Tibay defensive play of the set brought to you by Elastosil. Selyado ang bubong anumang panahon. 7th point for Panaga. Yes, that is block number 3 for her, matching her block output in their last game against the Thunderbells. Serving to tie it again. The CHERY EV Crossovers. Maranyo with a good serve. Gumabaw off the block.
Only the 3rd point for Michelle Gumabaw. I understand why mababa din yung output ni MG. Kadalasan, pag siya yung nasa harap, ang katapat niya si Uni Batista. So it's not wise to keep on sending the balls to the right pin.
Gumabaw coming off her first double-digit game, 10 points here in the Reinforced Conference. Paat, very efficient evening for Mylene Paat. She's got 6 already.
I know her fans are just happy to see her healthy once again. Tagal nating hindi nakita si Mylene Paat for CHERY Tiggo. But now she's at 100% and she's really doing her best to help her team get their 2nd win.
Negrito on 2. Robles loses the battle at the net. Running attack. Gaston got it again. Gaston now with 7.
Still a good option for Alina Vicar. May it be a short or a long slide. Pauline Gaston or Abby Maranyo, as long as the timing is right.
Second best scoring game of the Reinforced Conference for Gaston. And coming off a 10-point performance. Meantime, Mylene Paat, former MVP and best opposite in the Reinforced Conference back in 2022. Carlos got it. Thoughts Carlos with 9 points.
Service Carlos.
Nearing another double-digit performance, Carlos, but she throws this point away. First service fault for Tots Carlos. And this is the second deadlock at 7-all. Set number 3. Serving for the lead. Schwan. And this dig goes over. 1-2 for Negrito to put the Cool Smashers back on top by 1. First technical timeout, set number 3.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Mic check 1, 2. Okay.
You're watching the PVL Reinforced Conference. The Creamline Cool Smashers take on the CHERY EV Crossovers here in the Phil Oil Arena at San City. Eric and Neil, these two teams have found steady scorers and attackers tonight in Tots Carlos and Aragalang. I caught up with Tots Carlos of the Cool Smashers, and despite the many uncertainties in this conference, one thing is for sure, she is 100% confident in Creamline's system. The very system that has brought them championships and built an enduring legacy in the PVL. For Tots, all she has to do now is be present to maximize every opportunity that comes her way as she helps her team maintain and even increase their standing. Now across the net, the CHERY EV Crossover steady scorer is Aragala, who mentions that practice is all about their own team's training, focusing first on their movement and skills. Ara knows the only way for them to get a back-to-back win tonight is to be aggressive. She adds that as long as their service and floor defense are polished, everything else will simply follow. Let's see who provides those crucial points for their team today, Eric and Neil.
All right, well, thanks, Jules. Tots Carlos is bringing it. She's got 9, but Galang so far only 3 points. It's been Gaston, 8 points already.
Coco Schwan is officially at 20 points. She has been the go-to girl for the Cool Smashers. Not only on offense, pero it's very visible that she's a good defender in the back row. She's also a good receiver. And yun yung sinasabi nila Coach Sherwin na all-around player si Coco Xuan. Kaya saktong-sakto siya sa system ng Creamline. Lalo na they're missing the services of Gemma Galanza and Bernadette Pons. I think that these two names are the biggest losses talaga for Creamline because they always provide stability in floor defense and reception. Pero napunan yun ni Coco Xuan.
Right. And right on cue, Xuan with 21 already. Another bad pass off a serve. Robles sending it over. This is a chance ball. Combination play. Gumabao is rejected.
When you have tall blockers in the middle, you don't usually go to the combination play unless it's a definite free ball. Look at the double jump from Uni Batista getting the kill block against Michelle Gumabao.
So Batista also in with 20. That is the third block of the CHERY EV Crossovers in the game. Matching the 3 blocks of the Cool Smashers. Pat pushes it with the left hand. Here's Xuan looking for 22. There's a block. Gumabao, that hit coming from behind her head. So the lead is gone after that attack call from Gumabao. We're tied at 10. The CHERY EV Crossovers, they have not led since the first set. Bad pass. Chance ball for the CHERY EV Crossovers. Here they come for the lead. Paat. Good coverage by Robles. Now it's the Cool Smashers for the lead. Yes, they get it again.
CHERY Tiggo also tried to go for a combination play in the middle pero hindi na gumagalaw si Coco Xuan and Fangs Panaga. In the end, Coco Xuan got that point for the Cool Smashers, officially at 22 points.
Much better pass by Nierva. Another block by the Cool Smashers. Paat. A drop shot. Gumabao read that very well. Carlos hits the antenna. That's a point for the CHERY EV Crossovers.
Both teams are having difficulties in the passing department.
Trying to thread the needle between the antenna and Paat. Carlos ties the game at 11 with an error overpass. Paat can't put it away. Then Lazaro Revilla pops it up. Here comes Carlos again. Rejected this time by Maraño. And for the first time since the first set, the CHERY EV Crossovers with a lead. Maraño with block number 2. That's her third point of the match. Gumabao.
That's the set for Michelle Gumabao. High clearance, going long and deep. Point number 4 for MG.
Panaga serving, Nika Celis in the game. 23rd pick in the second round for Cool Smashers in 2025. Robles gets the side out.
It's a 1-1 affair in terms of scoring here in the third set.
Maraño and company back on top by 1. Good serve. Gumabao down the line, got it. One lady spiker to another.
That's the set na gusto ni Michelle Gumabao. Just the right height and proper distance away from the net so that she can go for those clean down the line hits.
So 5 now for Gumabao. Much better pass by Robles. Paat bounces it off the net. Celis pops it up. Xuan from the back row into the net. set number 4 for Coco Schwan. Here comes Mylene Pa at 6 points, all coming from attacks off the bench in set number 2, but a starter here in set 3. Battle at the net. Won by Negrito. Thoughts, Carlos on 2, but good coverage by CHERY, keeping this alive. Gumabao hits and sends it outside.
No challenge from the Cool Smashers. 2-point lead for the CHERY EV Crossovers.
We've got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. What a third set between these two teams. Huge rivals in the PVL. Another overpass. Oh, but Kyle Negrito ever ready at the net.
Gift for the CHERY EV Crossovers, but Pauline Gaston couldn't put that ball away. Nanginayang si Uni Batista because they could have put that ball up and let the setter just choose an attacker. Ang dami nilang options.
But they're still up by 1. Talking about the CHERY EV Crossovers as Rhea Di Maculangan Villarete returns to the game, along with Lori Bernardo. First game back after not playing against the Thunderbells. And Bernardo off the block. Robles with an 8-point. 2-point cushion. CHERY EV Crossovers. Second technical timeout of set number 3.
Bitin na kaya sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Cool Smashers staring at a 2-point deficit, which matches the biggest lead of the CHERY EV Crossovers since set number 1. But right now, it's not a safe lead for the white shirts, looking to take the lead in this matchup. Both teams are tied at 1 set apiece. Gaston with 8 points. She and Robles with 8 each, second leading scorer of the CHERY EV Crossovers. Meanwhile, it's Tots Carlos with 9, second leading scorer for the Cool Smashers, right behind the 22 of Schwan. There's 23.
On her way to the 30-point mark. I won't be surprised if she sets a new personal record here in the PVL.
So far, the conference high for Schwan is 27. Meanwhile, for Batista, it is 22. Batista going for 21. Got it.
Every time Coco Schwan goes up for the hit, susunod naman si Uni Batista with her own kill.
There's a smile on the face. You're able to see Batista smiling. Good serve by Gaston, but a better pass there by Carlos. Schwan, 24 now for Coco Schwan.
They're just answering each other. That's it for the double sub. MG and Negrito will come back for the Cool Smashers. Every time Coco Schwan is in the front line, tapos kaharap niya si Alina Bicar, that's the immediate advantage of Creamline. Kaya sinisimplify na lang din ni Villarete and Kyle Negrito yung mga sets nila papunta sa reinforcement.
Negrito will have Schwan, Panaga, and Gumabao up front. Batista. Coverage by Paat. Batista tries again. Off the block. Kept alive by Maraño. Batista, third straight try. Ooh, Atienza with a wonderful block. There's another block by Maraño. Nierva back to Batista. Tough shot. What a thrilling rally. Schwan again with an off-speed hit. She loves that shot.
CHERY EV Crossovers. We're expecting a strong swing from Coco Xuan, and as they backpedaled, nakita ni Coco Xuan that nobody was there behind the blockers.
25 for Coco Xuan. Timeout for Coach Norman Miguel.
That's yours, that's yours. Just read the motion, read the motion. Kasi ikaw naman, hindi naman ganun kalakas yung dumating, nakahiga ka kagad, nakalunod ang open. Relax mo. Naintindihan. Let's go, tara, tara! One more.
It is crunch time for both teams. We're approaching the 20-point mark.
Deadlock number 8. Coco Xuan and the Cool Smashers led by 3. And show you just how close this third set has been. Oh, service fault easily gives the lead back to CHERY by 1.
Good time out there as they were able to ice the server of Creamline.
Alina Bicar's got a full front line as well. Paat, Maraño, and Batista. And there is a block against Xuan, a first shutdown we see. Credit that block to Paat, but there's a net fault challenge here by the Cool Smashers. A huge point being contested here by the Cool Smashers. Coming off a third place finish, well, back-to-back third place finishes in the Invitational and on tour. They finished second in the All-Filipino Conference against the Angels.
That was a clean block from Mylene Paat. No net fault there. That will be unsuccessful.
So
CHERY Tiggo will hold on to a 2-point lead. At this point, napakalaking bagay na 1-2-point lead. They only need 6 points more.
And Coach Meneses transitions straight away to a timeout after the challenge. We'll listen in.
Banks, dito ka lang, ito ka lang, quick ka lang. Sige, cover tayo, 1 point. 1 attack tayo ngayon, ha? MK, dito ka lang.
Yes, coach.
Ha? Kung magkabalikan dyan ka lang, si Coco lang.
Okay, we stay.
Okay? Go, 1 point, let's go, 1 point.
Let's go, all in, Creamline!
Cool Smashers staring at their biggest deficit again, matching the biggest lead of the CHERY EV Crossovers, 2 points. So it's definitely a manageable deficit for the defending champions. Oh, what can you say about the defense, Kyla Atienza, today? I mean, just she is a wall out there.
Very impressive performance. Pati yung counterpart niya na si Jen Yerva.
Yep.
Coming off her alas duties.
That's right. Xuan. Batista, great timing to keep it alive. Paat hits it to Xuan. Xuan pops it up. Panaga with a drop. Batista digs it. Paat. Negrito with the first touch, so Atienza will set it. Here comes Xuan again. And Xuan sends it outside. Biggest lead for CHERY at 3 points.
So it's going to be another challenge on the floor from the Cool Smashers. It's a ball in, ball out challenge.
This is
Their last challenge opportunity.
Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. Right now, this is a very important point for Sherwin Meneses. Can't afford to go down 3. And this one clearly out by several inches. So 3-point deficit now for Sherwin Meneses and the Cool Smashers. Much steady volleyball being played by CHERY in this crucial part of set number 3. Great serving by Bicar. And hit. There's a touch on the Panaga point. So 8 for Pangs Panaga. Second best scoring game for Pangs. Yerba pops it up. Batista. Cross court again. Kyla Atienza. Can't say enough about her defense. There's Tots Carlos. Now with 10 points.
It's an all-local front line for the Cool Smashers. As long as you have Kyla Atienza guarding the cross-court angle of Uni Batista, you're in good hands.
And Coach Norman Miguel calls a timeout. His last one. Their lead is down to 1.
Yung mga offset na dead goal na lang, naintindihan? Yung nandun na rin na cross na naman dadali mo doon eh. Di ba tumatama na lang sa block eh, sayang eh, naintindihan? O cut na yan ha, sasati pa rin momentum. One ball, let's go, let's go.
One pass and then one kill. Cherry! On top!
CHERY EV Crossovers looking to stop a 2-point run by the Cool Smashers. And in the process, protect or maybe even add to this 1-point lead. Maraño with 3 points. Pangs Panaga with 8. But the second leading scorer for the Cool Smashers is Carlos right there. Top of your screens, 10 points right behind the 25 of Coco Xuan. Good pass by Nierva. Paat. Atienza to Tots Carlos. And Tots Carlos with back-to-back points.
2-point lead is gone for the CHERY EV Crossovers. No lead is safe at this point of the match. Most of the balls are being set up. Papunta kay Tots Carlos.
11 for Carlos. 9th deadlock of set number 3. Batista looking to untie it. The dig goes over for Negrito. Maraño rejected by Gumabao. Batista tries again. Yes! Lead back to CHERY.
Uni Batista will now move to the back row. It's up to Ces Robles to score up front. Marina Vicar can still go to that pipe.
22 for Uni Batista. Gumabao blocked. Save is good for Carlos. Carlos, no, it's Gumabao. Robles attacks into the net. The lead is gone. We're tied at 21.
Not the best of contact points for Ces Robles.
And Robles seems to have hurt herself coming down. She's trying to hide that limp as she steps out. And Shaya Adorador returns. Actually comes in for the first time today.
Fresh legs for Coach Norman Miguel.
Adorador scored 3 points in that win against the High Risers. Vargas back in again. Paat for the lead. There's a net touch they call against Celis. Now lead is back to the CHERY EV Crossovers.
Ces Robles might be suffering from cramps.
Good pass. Gumabao against a single block, but Batista pops it up. Chance to make it a 2-point lead again. Carlos with a dig. Carlos rises. Rejected. Wow, Paat again. That's the second block for Paat.
Great defensive stop from Mylene Pat and Pauline Gaston, shutting down Tots Carlos.
Timeout here for the Cool Smashers. Down by 2 again.
Okay.
Let's go, let's go. One more. Let's go, let's go.
Mylene Paat with 9 points. This is her highest scoring game of the reinforced conference. And great lift off the bench in the second set and as a starter here in set number 3. 2-point lead for Maraño and Cherry. Carlos in the middle.
The gutsy play right there from Kyle Negrito. Just giving Tots Carlos a single blocker.
Carlos now with 12. Gumaba with 5. It's a 1-point game. Cool Smashers led by as many as 3. And what wasn't a big lead. Chance ball now. Opportunity to tie. Carlos. Good save, but it goes over. No, overpass as well by Gumabao. Adorador hits. Carlos again. 2 blockers. Batista, Nierva, Adorador with the easy over. Chance ball for the Cool Smashers. Carlos from the middle again. This one popped up easily by Batista. Paat. Atienza back to Carlos. Carlos working extra hard.
That is an understatement. 13 points for Tots Carlos. She is the best scoring local. Both ends of the court.
Highest scoring set for Carlos, 5 points. 5 over 13 coming here in set number 3. Tied game at 23. Paat for the lead. Nope. Easy over. Now chance for the lead. Carlos delivers. Yes, he does.
She's getting all the sets from Kyle Negrito and she has been converting. Now they only need 1 more point and they can get it through a kill block. CHERY Tiggo is looking for that break point.
14 points for Carlos already. And it's set point for the Cool Smashers. Bad pass, off system play, Shaya. Now a chance to put it away. Go to Carlos, why not? Nierva with a dig. Batista from the pipe. 1-2 for Negrito. The save is outside and a come from behind win. Cool Smashers against the CHERY EV Crossovers.
Welcome to the Tots Carlos show. CHERY Tiggo just couldn't get that break point and Uni Batista was in the back row. So unfortunate rotation there for the EV Crossovers.
That point brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. It was a seesaw battle in set number 3, but in the end, Cool Smashers taking us to set number 4, sitting on a 2-1 advantage against the CHERY EV Crossovers. Two sets to 1 advantage. Cool Smashers with a big win. Trailing late in set number 3, but turning it around. Doing a complete 180 and coming up with another 2-point win. And set number 3, both teams really putting on, like what my partner Neil is saying, putting on an excellent show, especially Tots Carlos down the stretch. Both reinforcements really stepped up big time. Both are in the 20-point range already.
We already established that the production of both reinforcements will be a given. 25 points for Coco Xuan, 22 points for Uni Batista. But pag nababantayan na sila, it's going to be up to the locals to score the points. And Tots Carlos embraced that finisher role in set number 3. This is what we've been looking for. Creamline out-attacked CHERY Tiggo in set number 3. CHERY did better in terms of blocking. They got 4 blocks compared to the 2 of the Cool Smashers. 25-23 again in set number 3. Feeling ko 25-23 ulit in set number 4.
That's how close the fight has been between these two teams through 3 sets. So we expect nothing less come set number 4.
Creamline also collected 20 excellent digs in set number 3.
It's been a display of both offense and defense for both teams, especially from the reinforcements. Take a look at the numbers there and be amazed how good both Schwan and Batista are. Robles as well, nearing double digits with 8 points. Gumabao working on a 5-point game so far. Galang, probably her lowest scoring game. Only 3 points today. Yep, it is her lowest scoring match so far. Panaga, one-handed dig for Nierva as we kick things off here in set number 4. Batista rejected by Pangs Panaga.
Big block there from Pangs Panaga to start here in set number 4. I am surprised that they took out Mylene Pat in the starting unit because she delivered in the past 2 sets.
Well, they want to get Galang going. Let's see if she does start to make a big impact here in set number 4. They need her if they are to win against the Cool Smashers. Robles. Oh, back-to-back monster blocks to kick off set number 4.
This is what we saw in set number 1 from Creamline. This time, the block will be credited to Michelle Gumabao.
First block for Gumabao. She's got 6. Panaga, meanwhile, with 4 blocks already. Best blocking game for Panaga in the Reinforced Conference. Robles gets it through. That dig goes over, but Maraño can't put it away. Gumabao, one-handed dig again for Nierva. Such a terrific libero. Pancake save. Negrito is no good.
We're happy to see Cesc Robles back on the floor. They missed her in the last few moments of the previous set.
9 points now for Cesc Robles. Out of Iloilo, former MVP in the UAAP Juniors volleyball. That service outside. Let's go courtside and check in with Jules Israel.
Eric and Neil, I asked Michelle Gumabao one daring question earlier, and I asked her, how do champions rise from losses? She told me it was all about reigniting that hunger to win once again. What we don't see behind the scenes is that the Cool Smashers are working on their inconsistencies in training, their blocking, defense, passing, and transition. For Michelle, all these skills are connected, and how you do one thing defines how you do everything. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, another player who is up for the challenge is Pauline Gaston. She reminds herself and her team that they've beat their opponents before, so why can't they do it again? Pauline knows that sometimes what you train for isn't what happens in the games, so she's learned to be ready for anything, including tight matches like this. The Cool Smashers bring history, while the Crossovers bring hunger. Both are chasing only one thing, a win. Let's see if the game ends in this set or if it'll be an extended match. Eric and Neil.
That's a definitely good question. Jules, thanks for the report. So far, Panaga now with 10 points after scoring an ace. And also a good game for Pauline Gaston as Celis knocks that one in. That will be the first point for Celis in the Reinforced Conference.
She's getting a lot of playing time. Perfect kill there from Nika Celis.
Twice Celis checked in today after not playing in the last 3 games for the Cool Smasher. Service fault for Michelle Gumabao. Right now, now Galang is the missing link for these CHERY EV crossovers. Carlos, that one touched by Robles on the way out.
Point number 15 for Tots Carlos. These are reinforcement numbers, I
Yeah.
would say.
Best scoring game for Tots Carlos today, 15. Overpass. And that one put away. Again, the reception issues coming back to haunt the CHERY EV crossovers.
Point number 2 for Nika Celis. Of that overpass from the CHERY EV crossovers. Easy put away there.
Back to the biggest lead for the Cool Smashers. They're up by 4. Pauline Gaston continues.
9 points for her. Don't forget about Pauline Gaston. She's still there.
Batista, no aces yet. Schwan. From the pipe, Batista turned away. Wow, is that on Celis?
Yes. Nika Celis with her 3rd point of the match.
All scored in set number 4. Takes us to our technical timeout, a 4-point cushion for the Cool Smashers.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Serving for Creamline,
Nika Celis restoring the 4-point lead of the Cool Smashers. What a game for Celis today, scoring her first points in the Reinforced Conference after missing the last 3 games. Offense being stifled by the blocks of the Cool Smashers, but this time Robles backs up and gets her 10th point of the match. So third game in double digits for Robles today. Running attack, Panaga. This one is just outside.
Too strong. There was no spin in that ball as well.
CHERY EV crossovers within 2 points. Gaston is a point shy from another double-digit performance. Panaga tries again. This time finds the range.
Same play, same angle, better execution from Tangs Panaga.
You didn't get it the first time, we'll make you do it again. 11 points for Panaga. Big exhale before the serve for Negrito. Schwan looking for 26. Robles. Popped up by Negrito. Schwan again. Batista with a dig. Robles. Off speed, easy dig for Negrito. Batista with an easy over. Gumabaw meantime. Battle at the net. Panaga puts it away. The entire rally, CHERY was on the defensive.
Early 4-point lead for the Cool Smashers. They got all the confidence in the tail end of set number 3, and they're continuing their stellar performance here in the 4th frame. But there is a challenge.
Reach challenge by the CHERY EV Crossovers. It is an unsuccessful challenge for Coach Norman Miguel. Point stays with the Cool Smashers. And the CHERY EV Crossovers back down by 4. Negrito, 4 points, all scored in set number 3. These errors by the Cool Smashers keeping it a close game.
Substitution for CHERY Tiggo, number 2, Marano out. Number 17, Seth Rodriguez in.
Seth Rodriguez checking in for the first time today, replacing Abby Marano. Rodriguez did not play. She was in the lineup against the High Risers. Great serve. Schwan, drop shot. Galang was right there expecting it. Ooh, a miscommunication there. Ended up in a free ball. And Panaga now with her best game of the conference with 13 points.
CHERY Tiggo paid for that miscue. They gave a free ball to Creamline at pinilisan ni Kyle Negrito yung set papunta kay Pangs Panaga. Still a 4-point lead for the Cool Smashers.
Sige, side out lang natin, side out lang natin.
Tara.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Tuloy lang.
Just the first time out for the CHERY EV Crossovers. They have one more remaining. Gia Morado de Guzman, Sheena Turing, De Leon, Mafe Galanza. Among the many.
Serving for the Cool Smashers, Coco Schwan.
I guess reserve on the reserve list for Coach Meneses. Short pass, another off-system play here. Negrito back to Tots. There's a block. Quick reflexes. Cool Smashers keeping this one alive. Robles again, turned away. That one no good.
Creamline is just starting to pull away. The efficiency is back on offense, but they're getting a lot of kill blocks actually in this set.
Four blocks this set alone for the Cool Smashers. Their biggest lead now up by 5. Good combination play. Galang they put in the middle. Rodriguez was running.
The first point of Aragalang this set. The approach of Rodriguez alone was enough to get the commitment of Tots Carlos. And ganun talaga pag combination play sa gitna, hindi pwedeng hindi mapagalaw yung ibang blockers.
Meantime, Panaga has come alive here in set number 4. 14 points already. 5 of the 14 coming here in set 4. Actually, 6 of the 14 points coming here in set number 4 for Panaga. She's got 4 blocks, 1 ace.
Now serving for CHERY Tiggo, Seth Rodriguez.
It's only only a 4-point deficit, but right now it seems like a lot more with the way the offense of the CHERY EV Crossovers has been stifled here in set 4.
Even in the past sets, nakita natin yung mga 4 points, 5-point lead. It really doesn't matter because in the tail end, nakakahabol din yung other team. So, Creamline just has to take care of that lead. There was a check on the defender of the CHERY EV Crossovers. So, point will go to Creamline. It's now a 5-point lead.
Lumaba with 7. Batista's been quiet for a while mainly because of Kyla Atienza. Fortunately for the CHERY EV Crossovers, that one mishit by Carlos. Then Lazaro Revilla keeps checking in, but it seems like she's hurt her right ankle. Keeps limping back on the court. I hope she's okay. Good dig by Nierva. Batista rises. Schwan. Another off-speed hit. How many of those are part of her 26 points today?
Still no solution from the CHERY EV Crossovers. They get stunned every time Coco Schwan goes to that type of attack. Campfire defense there.
Wow, for Coco Schwan, this is now matches her best scoring game. 26 points. Same number she scored against the Chargers. Meantime, Gaston is rejected. Wow. Celis again. 4 points for Celis off 2 attacks and 2 blocks. And technical timeout, a 6-point lead, the biggest for the Cool Smashers here in set 4.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
The Cool Smashers are looking to get back on the winning track after losing in 4 sets against the Thunderbells. Celis, a big factor today, especially in set number 4.
She's just maximizing her opportunity in this game, just showcasing her skill set, showing Coach Sherwin that she's ready anytime na kailangan siya.
Batista hasn't scored here in set 4.
Ooh.
Schwan. Nierva, the reverse set. Batista again finding it so hard to put the ball down. Schwan, meantime, just keeps pouring it on. Schwan with her best game now in the Reinforced Conference with 27.
Atienza has her number. Now a 7-point lead, a convincing 7-point lead for the Cool Smashers.
Serve into the net for Carlos. All right, now the CHERY EV Crossovers getting some free points. They just have not been able to capitalize. Batista, meanwhile, looking for her first points in set number 4. Running attack, Celis. Oh, Nika Celis. 5 points already. That's a conference high for her.
On a roll, 5 points. May counter yung teammates niya. Every time she scores a point, binibilang nila sa kamay nila. And even in the timeouts, they let her know that she's doing a good job. Gotta love the support system of the Cool Smashers. Sa mga second stringers nila. Another chance for Creamline.
Schwan pushes it. It's blocked by Paat. Mighty Paat now in double digits for the first time this conference with 10. Gaston still a point shy from a double-digit performance. Schwan, no. Negrito takes it on the option. And there's Robles finding the opening, a rare, clean hit.
11 points. Seth Robles, the second player in double digits for the CHERY EV Crossovers. The production of Batista slowed down here in the set. Well, nadidepensahan nga siya ni Kyle Atienza. So again, it's up to the locals to score because they're still trailing by 5. And even the simple push from Coco Schwan is converted into a point. Point number 28 officially for Coco Schwan. 2 points away, reaching the 30-point mark.
That is a new conference high for Courtney Schwan. Six-point lead again for the Cool Smashers. Robles rejected. Blocking has been so good for the Cool Smashers all throughout the game. A net touch they call against Panaga. A lot of errors for the Cool Smashers here in set number 4, from the service faults
Now serving Alina Picard.
to the attack faults. Let's see if that allows CHERY EV Crossovers to get back in this game, the free points they're getting. Oh, but Panaga, after the net touch, gets the point right back. Her 15th already.
Considering the attempts given to Pangs Panaga, I would say that she has been playing an efficient game. And even though she commits an error from time to time, nababawi agad the next rally. Another chance for Creamline to run a play.
Go to thoughts, why not? Miss hit though from Carlos. They're saying there's a touch, and they will challenge.
We have a challenge from Creamline for Blanca.
CHERY Tiggo is confident. Block touch.
In the last game of the Cool Smashers, they had 5 players in double digits. Today they have 3 already. Panaga, Carlos, and Schwan. There is a touch. Challenge is successful. Everything going the way of the Cool Smashers.
Take it back. There was a block touch.
Robles. Oh. I mean, how good is the blocking of the Cool Smashers today? Gotta be in double digits already in blocking. We'll check that.
Pangs Panaga with another solid block against the CHERY EV Crossovers.
And again, an ace as well. All right, officially 11 blocks in the game for the Cool Smashers. One of their best blocking games so far, the Reinforced Conference. And this adds like a cherry on the icing, a service ace for Schwan. Schwan with a dig. Carlos. Cool Smashers just putting the finishing touches to this 4th set. Schwan almost kept it alive. Despite this 8-point lead, they're still chasing down, diving for loose balls.
That is commitment for you. When they score their final point, nothing is set in stone.
Carlos. Here's Batista, still looking for her first points here in set number 4. Oh, that's a really bad pass.
Overset. It was just too close to the antenna for Ara Galang. We have now arrived at match point.
Galang only 5 points today. This is her lowest scoring game of the Reinforced Conference. Vargas serving for the match. as the Cool Smashers a point away from bouncing back after their second loss of the Reinforced Conference.
Creamline will have 8 match points.
Here's a chance to put it away. Gumabao going cross. That is outside again. So 2 match points given up by the Cool Smashers.
Kyle Negrito has 4 options. They go for a simple A or B quick for Nika Celes, or she can help Courtney Schwan get to 30 points.
They want Celes to put it away. Batista still can't find her first point in set number 4, and that hit is the winning point for the Cool Smashers, who bounce back after losing to the Thunderbells and win in their last game of the round number 1.
Well, this is the best set they played in today's game. We looked for offense. They gave it to us. We looked for blocking, and it was a great blocking set for the Cool Smashers.
Point brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Celes, what a game for her as well. After not scoring in her first game, didn't play in the last 3 games, she poured it all here today.
5 points for Nika Celes. That's also a cause for celebration for the Cool Smashers. All of the substitutions really contributed to this win for the CHERY Tiggo EV Crossovers. They played well, I would say, especially in the first 3 sets. They kept it close, 25-23 in all of those 3 sets. But in the 4th set, nawala na ng steam yung reinforcement, and the defense was just on point for Creamline.
Most dominant set for the Cool Smashers. They win in 4 after losing the first against the CHERY EV Crossover. So they will finish round number 1 with a 3-win, 2-loss record. And the question is, will that be good enough to put them at number 3, top 3 in Pool B?
You still have to wait for some of the other games to finalize the standings in Pool B. But one thing's for sure, they're in a good position.
This Babad Player of the Game brought to you by Devant. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babad moments with your family. Only with Devant. Pangs Panaga, 60 points. Best scoring game for her in the Reinforced Conference. That comes with 5 blocks as well. And she is sitting right now with Jules Israel.
Eric and Neil, I'm here with Pangs Panaga, who put up 16 points, 10 attacks, 5 blocks, and 1 ace. Congratulations, Pangs Panaga and the Creamline Cool Smashers. Dikit yung laban ng unang 3 sets. Anong adjustments yung ginawa ninyo para kumalas na dun sa 4th set natin today?
Una sa lahat, in-enjoy lang talaga namin yung game, and talagang sinunod na namin yung mga instructions ng mga coaches, and nilaro lang talaga namin yung game namin.
Kitang-kita namin yung enjoyment sa laro ninyo. Anong pakiramdam na nakabawi na kayo today at tuloy-tuloy na ba to galing sa Creamline Cool Smashers?
Hopefully, magtuloy-tuloy na to, and talagang binawi namin yung loss namin from the last game.
At may gusto ka bang pasalamatan at batiin sa panalo ninyo ngayon today?
Una-una sa lahat, thank you sa Creamline fans, sa mga naniniwala at sumusuporta. And thank you sa Creamline management, kay Sir Joe, Sir Alan, Attorney, Ma'am Liz Ann, and sa Creamline management. And hello po sa family ko sa Bataan.
Maraming salamat at congratulations once again, Pangs Panaga. You heard it from her. Now let's wrap it up, Eric and Neil.
All right, thanks very much, Jules. Pangs Panaga, one of 3 players in double digits, 3rd leading scorer behind the 17 of Carlos and the 29 of Coco Schwan.
63 attacks in total for Creamline, and they were consistent all throughout the game in serving. That's for sure. Yun nga lang, nagbigay sila ng mas maraming unforced errors. But every time they outscore the other team in the scoring department, hindi na nila masyadong iniisip yun. A win is a win for Creamline. It was a well-fought 4-setter for the Cool Smashers.
And again, they will get a win to end the first round. They will go up to 2 and make that 3 and 2 in the standings. On Friday, we don't have a game on Thursday. We're going to be back here in San Juan. Starting at 1:30, Super Spikers taking on the Solar Spikers. And then we have the Foxies taking on the Titans. This is the second to the last game of round number 1. We're still going to have the final game of round number 1 on Tuesday next week. So just so you know the schedules that are coming up before we start the second round of action. And final game on Friday, the Chameleons and the High-Speed Hitters before we start Undas, so before you guys go on a break. Thanks to our director Al Neri, for Jules Israel, my partner Neo Flores, I'm Eric Tapan. Big win! 16 points, Pangs Panaga powering the Cool Smashers to this win as they take down the CHERY EV Crossovers. Final game today of your reinforced conference coverage from San Juan on your Signal TV channels.